Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Thomas from Pensacola State College Library and Kids College. Today we're going to be reading Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus, and then we're going to make an inchworm racer. Now is a good time for a parent or guardian to grab a couple things for our craft while we read our story. You'll need a straw, you'll need a ruler, some paper, a pair of scissors, and then you can grab any crayons or markers if you want to decorate your inchworm. And now let's read our story. Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. Words and pictures by Mo Willems. Hi, I'm the bus driver. Listen, I've got to leave for a little while, so can you watch things for me until I get back? Thanks. Oh, and remember, don't let the pigeon drive the bus. I thought he'd never leave. Hey, can I drive the bus? Please? I'll be careful. I'll tell you what, I'll just steer. My cousin Herb drives a bus almost every day. True story. Vroom, 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 vroom. Pigeon at the wheel. No? I never get to do anything. Hey, I've got an idea. Let's play Drive the Bus. I'll go first. Come on, just once around the block. I'll be your best friend. How about I give you $5? No fair. I bet your mom would let me. What's the big deal? It's just a bus. I have dreams, you know. Fine. Let me drive the bus! I'm back. You didn't let the pigeon drive the bus, did you? Great. Thanks a lot. Uh-oh. Bye. Hey. All right, everyone, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed today's story. Let's get on to our craft. This is what we're going to be making today. This is a little inchworm racer. Now, it's not going to be an inchworm size. It's a little bit larger than that. But we're going to show you how to make this and then how to play with it and how to use it. The biggest thing is going to be the paper that you use. Right now, I'm just using some construction paper. It works pretty well. It's thick enough, but you don't want something too thin and nothing too thick. Nothing as thin as, say, a piece of copy paper, but nothing as thick as a piece of, say, like cardstock. So something somewhere in the middle between there. I think that construction paper works okay. I think it works pretty well. It holds its shape, but if you can find something just a little thicker than this, it's going to be a lot better for you. Test out a couple different types of paper. This would be a good chance for you to do some experiments for this. Well, let's get started with making this. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to cut your paper. I've cut about a 10-inch-ish square. You're going to need to be about 10 inches long and about 2 inches wide. So I've already measured this. This is about it's more like 9-ish inches, but almost 10 inches. It doesn't really matter about the length. It is going to matter about the width. So you definitely want to work with around that. So I'm going to measure out 2 inches on this. And again, all you need is some paper, a marker if you want to decorate your inchworm, a ruler, a pen, and a pair of scissors, and then a straw. And we'll show you how to do that in just a second. But I'm going to measure out about 2-ish inches. Again, it's not exact, but that's going to be the perfect size to kind of work with this. I'm going to measure this out now, and I'm going to cut this sheet of paper out. It's best if you measure with the end of a table, but I'm just going to use the edge of this because I think I'm an expert. I think I can get this done. So I'm just going to draw that quick line. Hopefully that's straight enough. That looks okay. Well, let's go ahead and cut this piece out. And again, it's okay if it's not perfect, your first one. You can make tons of these. You're going to need to. They wear out pretty quickly, but you can make lots of different ones, lots of different colors, and see which of yours is the best racer. Now, this is the biggest part of the craft, and this is going to take the longest to kind of do. So you've got your strip of paper. Again, it's about 10 inches long, about 2 inches wide. Go ahead and fold that in half like this. So we folded it in half, and you want to make it as straight as you can. This is a part where it does get a little finicky, and you want to make sure that you're pretty exact on it. And go ahead and make sure that is a very good fold. Do not fold it back the other way, however. We are going to open it up, and then we're going to make another fold on the other edge. So we're kind of making fourths with this. So we're going to fold that in. So that's a half of the half, so that's a fourth. And then do that one more time. So we've done a couple different folds already. We did the one big one, then we did a half of that, and then a half of that smaller half. Let's do the other side the exact same way. So you're gonna make a big half fold of the half, and then do one more half of that half. And this is when you can actually even go all out and fold all that up as well. So now you've got a teeny tiny little square rectangle of paper. This is when you want to grab your scissors one more time, and you're going to cut around the edges. And you're going to kind of round it off to make this is going to be the body of your inchworm. Make it as round and as even as you can, but again, it doesn't have to be exact. One of my sides is typically a little lopsided more than the other, but that's going to be pretty good to work with this. You just want to make sure that you have a good base for it, and really, you're going to work with the base of this to really go off of. So now that we've done this, you don't want to fold it back the other way. Instead, you just want to unfold it. So go ahead and unfold it. And when you've done this, you'll notice that you have these, when you fully unfold it, you've got these two little flaps up here at the end. That's going to be the head and the tail for your inchworm, because it's going to sit like this. And this has actually worked out pretty well. I think this is pretty good. You may want to fold this down just a bit, but do not fold it entirely back like this. You don't want to fold it like that, because that's going to ruin the integrity of it. Again, these things wear out pretty quickly, mostly because the folds aren't super duper strong, and it's just a little piece of paper, but you can make lots of these to work with. So now that we've got our basic shape here, why don't I draw a quick face on one of these. I'm going to make this one. This one's going to have determined eyes, so he's going to be kind of have some kind of a little angry face, but he's just determined he's going to win the race. Now here's the part where you get to actually play with your toy. This is super fun to work with and super fun to race with other people. If you can have a really long table, what you're going to do is you're going to take your straw and you're going to try to blow on the back end here. This is about the area where you want to aim, because that should make your inchworm, and we're going to play around with this just a bit to make sure it works out pretty well. This is when it will actually start to crawl, and you're going to use your breath to do this. Short, quick bursts is what you're going to need to make this happen. So let's see if it'll work. That's how he works. So he's gonna kind of inch along, and he's gonna compress each time when he does this. So he stretches out and then he kind of pops back up. But whenever you do that, it kind of pushes it forward and then it moves forward. Let's show you again from another angle. I'm gonna get up to show you this. So I'm gonna pull it from the side. Here's this. Hopefully I'm in frame. Let's go with this. This is a super fun toy that you can play with, that you can race other people with. Now you'll notice that this one's just a touch longer than that one because it is stretched out just a bit. You will be playing with the folds a little bit as you go along with it, but let's see how this one works. I did not expect to do two of them at the same time, but you can certainly do that. Make sure that you don't cheat when you're doing your race and just blow on the back end of it, because he's just gonna do that. You really want him to have that nice fold whenever he does it. You will get some little bursts like that, an extra little boost of speed whenever you're going off that. See if you can decorate it. You know, I had a coworker who added some legs to theirs. They used some pipe cleaners for it. They used a heavier piece of paper to kind of do that. You can certainly decorate your entire inchworm. You can draw all over it, give it some cool designs. I am not an artist. Maybe you want to make a giant ladybug instead. Maybe you want to make a centipede. Maybe you just want to draw more faces. Maybe you want to write your name on it, or just your initials. I'll put a big T on this so I know it's mine. Maybe you want to just, you know, doodle all over it. I'm not an artist, but you can certainly decorate it and mess around with it as much as you want. Certainly share some photos if you've made one. Maybe record a race that you've done with some of your friends and family members. And let's see how your inchworms work. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed today's story and craft.